Okay, good evening, dears. Please turn on your video and write your attendance in your chat box. All of you. Okay, just present. Please write your attendance. Please write your attendance in your chat box. Sridev, are you there? Did you read your textbook? Ijaz and Maria, did you read? Yes. Okay, and Maria? Yes. Sridev, write present in your chat box. Okay. Now we can begin our next portion. We discuss about the medicinal use of microorganisms, that the benefits of using microorganisms as antibiotics. We know the antibiotics, several antibiotic tablets or capsules or injections such as penicillin are used as the microorganism that is prepared from the microorganism and which is used as antibiotic. And the source of these medicines is microorganisms, and these medicine kill or stop the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. Such medicine are called what? Antibiotics. All of you please underline that sentence. Definition of antibiotic, that the medicine that kill or stop the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. Then look in the textbook. There are given the name of certain scientists. You know, fermentation is invented by Louis Pasteur. He discovered fermentation in 1857. So next, page number 20. Here, Alexander Fleming was discovered the penicillin, antibiotic penicillin. And in 1929, Alexander Fleming was working on a culture of disease-causing bacteria. Can you read, Sridev? Sridev, can you read about Alexander Fleming? Where are you? Then Ijaz, can you read me? Can you read? Okay. Please read for me the Alexander Fleming.
In 1929, Alexander Fleming was working on a culture of diseases causing bacteria. Suddenly, he found the spores of a little green mold in one of his culture plates. He observed that the presence of mold prevent the growth of bacteria. In fact, it also killed many of these bacteria. From this, the mold penicillin was prepared.
Okay. Here, how the penicillin was prepared. Alexander Fleming was a scientist who discovered penicillin in 1929, and he working on a culture of disease-causing bacteria. He worked on a disease-causing certain group of disease-causing bacteria. What will happen? He found that the spores of a little green mold in one of his culture plates. So he found a green mold of on the surface of this bacteria, a green mold on the plates, and he observed that the presence of this mold prevents the growth of that bacteria, and also it kills certain bacteria. And from this mold, the penicillin was prepared. So don't forget, it is very important. Who discovered penicillin? Who discovered? Who discovered penicillin? Alexander, tell me loudly. Unmute your audio. Alexander Fleming. Okay, Alexander Fleming. Don't forget. Who discovered fermentation? Who discovered fermentation? Louis Pasteur. Okay, Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation, and Alexander Fleming, who discovered an antibiotic called the penicillin. That is very important. In the next page, you have seen another table below the topic antibiotics. It is important to remember that antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. Also, you must complete the course prescribed by the doctor. If you take antibiotic when not needed or in wrong doses, it may make the drug less effective when you might need it in future. Also, antibiotics taken unnecessarily may kill the beneficial bacteria in the body. Antibiotics never are not effective against cold and flu as these are caused by the virus. So what we discuss about antibiotics? Antibiotics are necessary for killing bacteria in our body, but overdose of this or excess use of this can be harmful to our body. Isn't it? So only with the advice of doctors you can use antibiotics. Otherwise, it will be very dangerous. Clear? Without the advice of your doctor, we can't take any dose of antibiotic. What will happen if you take it antibiotic continuously? It will kill the essential bacteria in our body. There are some essential bacteria and also unessential bacteria, microorganisms will be present in our body. So the antibiotic, overdose of this antibiotic may kill the essential and bacteria or microorganisms in our body. And this is very dangerous. So with the prescription of doctor only, you should take what antibiotics. Clear? Isn't it? So antibiotics, if you take more dose, another problem is also there. What overdose causes not effective against for this in future. It does not affect any disease. We cannot cure any disease if we take overdose of antibiotics. Yeah. Okay. Then we discuss about vaccine. Vaccine is why the children or infants given vaccination. For what purpose we should take vaccine? What is the purpose of taking vaccine? Give me reply. Why we take vaccine? Tell me, Anmaya, tell me. I can't hear. Unmute your mic. Why we take vaccine? Ijaz, can you please tell me the reason why we take vaccine?
Is to prevent diseases.
Or okay, not to cure from the diseases. We must vaccinate it. So, vaccine. When a disease carrying microbe enters in our body, the body produces antibodies to fight the environment. Clear? When a disease carrying microbe, like any virus, like the coronavirus, what will happen? Our body produces antibodies to fight the invader, and the body also remembers how to fight the microbes if it enter again. If dead or weakened microbes are introduced into a healthy body, the body fights and kills the invading bacteria by producing suitable antibodies. So, നമ്മുടെ ബോഡിയിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും എൻ്റർ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു ബാക്ടീരിയ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വൈറസ് എൻ്റർ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതിനെ പ്രിവെന്റ് അതിന് അഗെയിൻസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ഒരു ആന്റിബോഡി നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ ജനറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യും അല്ലേ? ആന്റിബോഡി ജനറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാന്നുള്ളത് വളരെ എസെൻഷ്യൽ ആണ് അതിന് അഗെയിൻസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. The antibodies remain in the body and we are protected from the disease-causing microbes forever. This is how a vaccine works. അപ്പോൾ ഇതുപോലെ തന്നെയാണ് ഒരു വാക്സിൻ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. എന്താണ് സംഭവം? ഒരു ആന്റിബോഡിയാണ് നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ ജനറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അതിന് എന്തിനുള്ള കഴിവുണ്ട്? ഈ വൈറസിനെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ബാക്ടീരിയയെ പ്രിവെന്റ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് അതിനോട് ഫൈറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് നിൽക്കാനായിട്ടുള്ള കഴിവുണ്ട്. So this is how a vaccine works. Several diseases including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox and hepatitis can be prevented by vaccination. Did you understand what is the purpose of vaccine? Do you get the point? What is the purpose of vaccine? In order to fight against what? To fight against the microbes or bacteria, viruses that are present in our body by producing suitable antibodies, by generating antibodies in our body. Clear? The vaccine produces, or if we vaccinated, enough antibodies should be produced in our body, and this will enable to fight against the bacteria and the virus. And we use several vaccination for the disease like cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, and hepatitis. And these all can be prevented by vaccination. Nowadays, we can prevent corona also by vaccination, isn't it? Okay. Then Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox in 1798. So who is discovered vaccine for smallpox? Edward Jenner is the scientist who discovered vaccine for smallpox in 1798. So remember all these names of the scientists. Alexander Fleming is the scientist who discovered penicillin. Then Edward Jenner is the scientist who discovered vaccine. And Louis Pasteur who discovered what? What he discovered? Tell me loudly. I can't hear. Tell me loudly.
Fermentation.
Okay, fermentation. Fermentation discovered by Louis Pasteur. Then, look page number 21. In your childhood, you must have been given injections to protect yourself against several diseases. Did you remember that? Did you get any injection in your childhood? Yes, you get. How many?
Yes.
How many injections did you get? Do you remember the count? No,
don't
no,
know.
okay. We have several injections in our childhood to cure certain diseases and to protect yourself against several diseases. Can you prepare a list of these diseases? You may take help from your parents. So this is a homework for you. You should collect the name of such vaccines that you get in your childhood. Okay. What are the vaccines that you had taken in your childhood? You just ask your parents what all vaccines that you had taken. Okay. And found out the vaccines that were taken in your childhood. That's a homework for you. Okay. All of you. Sridev, did you hear? Okay. Then it is essential to protect all children against the diseases. Necessary vaccines are available in the nearby hospitals. You might have seen the advertisement on TV and newspapers regarding the protection of children against polio under the Pulse Polio program. We all had injected polio vaccine in our childhood, isn't it? That is necessary for the children to cure from the polio disease. So different types, several vaccines like that, several other vaccines are also taken in our childhood. You just collect the names of that vaccines. And polio drops given to children are actually a vaccine. So polio is not injected in our body, it is given as a drop. You remember the drop you see in TVs or any channels, you can see uses polio given to children by a drop. അല്ലേ പോളിയോ എങ്ങനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇഞ്ചെക്ട് ചെയ്യുകയല്ലോ ചെയ്യുന്നത് പോളിയോ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു ഡ്രോപ്പ് ആയിട്ടാണ് തുള്ളി മരുന്ന് അങ്ങനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് കൊടുക്കുന്നത് വേൾഡ് വൈഡ് അതിപ്പോ ഇഞ്ചക്ഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പോലും അതെന്താണ് അതൊരു വാക്സിൻ തന്നെയാണ് ബട്ട് ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് ഗിവൻ ആസ് എ ഡ്രോപ്പ് എ വേൾഡ് വൈഡ് campaign against smallpox has finally led to its eradication from most part of the world. These days, vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms to protect humans and other animals from several diseases. So in earlier days, smallpox vaccine is also available in the available for the pupils because and it is reduced. The spreading of smallpox is reduced in a better way. Okay, so the vaccines are enough or better for cure these diseases. Nowadays, these vaccines are made on a large scale to fight against the microorganisms. to protect humans and other animals from the several diseases. So nowadays for corona, which all vaccines that that are available in our hospitals? What are the name of some vaccine? Can you give some names of coronavirus vaccine?
Covishield.
Okay, Covishield is one of the coronavirus vaccine that are what?
Covaxin.
Covaxin is also one. Then any other vaccine by any other country? Covishield and Covaxin are produced in our India, isn't it? Some other vaccines are also there. Sputnik, Pfizer vaccine, all these are some other vaccines. So you can collect the names of that also. Coronavirus vaccine produced by different countries. You search, okay. In our India, we produce Covishield and Covaxin, but in several other countries, some other names are given for vaccine and they produce their own vaccines to collect such names also. So these two are your homework. One, try to find out the vaccine that you had taken in your childhood, and the other one, collect the name of the coronavirus vaccine that are available nowadays. Okay? Clear. Next topic is increasing soil fertility. So what we are discussing about the friendly microbes. We are discussing about the friendly microbes or the commercial use of microbes or medicinal use of microbes. But the fertility, how microbes increases soil fertility. All these are the functions of what? Friendly microbes. Clear? All these are the function of friendly microbes. And now increasing the soil fertility. Some microbes increases soil fertility. We already told that some microbes increases soil fertility. Okay,
Yes, Miss.
we are too late. Network
Miss,
problem.
അതേ മിസ് കണക്ടിംഗ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് കാണിക്കുമായിരുന്നു.
Okay. So Faith, we discussed about vaccine. In the last class, we discussed about some antibiotic that is produced by the microorganism. And now we are discussing about vaccine. Okay. I think you are familiar with some vaccine. I give you two homeworks that you should collect the name of some vaccine that you had taken in your early childhood. Okay, Faith, നമ്മൾ കുഞ്ഞിലേക്ക് ചില വാക്സിൻ ഒക്കെ എടുക്കുന്നില്ലേ? അപ്പൊ അത് എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് വാക്സിൻ, എന്തൊക്കെ വാക്സിനാണ് നമ്മൾ എടുത്തിട്ടുള്ളത് എന്നുള്ളത് നിങ്ങളുടെ പേരൻസുമായിട്ട് ചർച്ച ചെയ്ത് അതൊന്ന് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുക കേട്ടോ. അതിന്റെ പേരുകൾ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുക, എന്തൊക്കെ വാക്സിൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ദെൻ മറ്റൊരു ചോദ്യം, മറ്റൊരു ഹോംവർക്ക് നിങ്ങളുണ്ട്. നമ്മൾ ഇന്നത്തെ ഇപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് കൊറോണ വൈറസ് വാക്സിൻസ് അവൈലബിൾ ആണ്. ഏതൊക്കെയാണ് കൊറോണ വൈറസ് വാക്സിൻ, ഡിഫറെന്റ് കൺട്രീസ് പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന കൊറോണ വൈറസ് വാക്സിൻ ഏതൊക്കെയാണെന്ന് കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുക, അതിന്റെ പേര് എഴുതി നിങ്ങൾ സെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുക. ഓക്കെ, ഈ രണ്ട് ഹോംവർക്ക് നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്തു. നെക്സ്റ്റ് ബെനിഫിറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഫ്രണ്ട്ലി മൈക്രോബ്സ്. നമ്മൾ ഫ്രണ്ട്ലി മൈക്രോബ്സിന്റെ കാര്യം പറയുന്നത് അതിന്റെ മറ്റൊരു ഫംഗ്ഷൻ, അതിന്റെ മറ്റൊരു പെക്യുലാരിറ്റി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്താണ്? Increasing soil fertility. So some microbes are the farmer's friend. Some microbes and earthworms all are farmer's friend. So it can able to increase the soil fertility of the soil. Some bacteria are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility. So the nitrogen fixation is very important in soil fertility. So certain bacteria that capture the nitrogen from the air and convert it into the other forms that are essential for the plants or that absorbed by the roots of the plant. So this nitrogen can be converted in such a way by the bacteria to improve the soil fertility. Then some bacteria that are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich the soil fertility with nitrogen and increase its productivity of the cultivation. Then these microbes are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. What are biological nitrogen fixers? They are the bacteria. What are biological nitrogen fixers? Tell me. They are the bacteria that essential for increasing the soil fertility. Indeed, the bacteria that enrich the soil with nitrogen and increases its fertility, and these microbes that convert these bacteria that make the soil fertile by absorbing the nitrogen is called the biological nitrogen fixers. Then in your text, page number 22, you can see the nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria, blue green algae. Did you see that figure? It is the figure of nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. It is a nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria, and these bacteria increases the soil fertility. Understand? Okay. Anybody, please tell me what we discuss in this chapter? Say there, tell me.
Miss, we discuss about bacteria, fungus.
Yeah, all this belongs to the microorganism. Isn't it? These microorganisms are mainly classified into four. They are one, bacteria, fungus, protozoa, algae. These are the main four classification of these microorganisms. Clear? And we know that there are certain microorganisms that act as our friend, and some others are act as our foe. Foe means what? Enemy. So some are act as our friends, while some others are our enemies. So we're discussing about the friendly microbes. What are the friendly microbes and what are their peculiarities? How they help us? Friendly microbes help us to produce food. Food like curd, bread, cake, like that. Also, by fermentation, we can make some foods also like idlis and doshas. Clear? Then also some other microbes. There is industrial purpose. Industrially, it is beneficial. The microbe that is helpful in the production of what? Alcohol. Clear? Alcoholic production. All of you did that. You must did that experiment. Fermentation of yeast and smell it. You can smell get the smell of an alcohol. Here. So did that experiment. Then we discussed how curd is made from milk. Which bacteria is used to convert milk to curd? Which bacteria causes the conversion of milk to curd? Tell me. Which bacteria? In last class we studied about that. The bacteria that causes the milk to curd, that makes the milk to curd. Which one? Do you remember that name? Which bacteria that convert milk to curd? Forgot. Yeah, lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is the bacteria that promotes the conversion of milk to curd. മിൽക്കിനെ കേടാക്കി മാറ്റുന്ന ആ ഒരു പ്രോസസ് നടക്കുന്ന ബാക്ടീരിയ ആണ് ഏത്? ഏതാ ശ്രീദേവ്? Say loudly. Which bacteria? Lactobacillus. Sridev, are you feel sleepy?
No, miss.
No.
No.
You don't like bacteria and viruses. Then why you feel boring?
No, miss.
No. So which bacteria turns milk to curd? Which bacteria convert milk to curd? Lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is the bacteria that promotes the formation of curd. And next, we discuss the commercial use of microorganism. That is the industrial preparation of alcohol by using the microorganism. Also, medicinal use of microorganism. That is the antibiotic that kills or prevent against microorganism. The first antibiotic that was discovered by who discovered the antibiotic penicillin?
Alexander Fleming.
Yes, Alexander Fleming is the scientist who discovered the antibiotic penicillin. And who discovered fermentation? Louis Pasteur. Yes, Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation, and we studied about the importance of antibiotics and the vaccine. Then, who discovered the vaccine for smallpox? Who discovered the vaccine for smallpox?
Edward Jenner.
Edward Jenner.
Edward Jenner. Okay, Edward Jenner is the scientist who discovered vaccine for smallpox. Now, we're discussing about the increasing soil fertility by a bacteria, microorganism. That is also the essential or function of a friendly microbe. Then, next one is cleaning the environment. Page number 22, listen in your text. Page number 22, cleaning the environment. Gojo and Paheli had observed the school gardener making manure. We all familiar with manure, isn't it? Organic manures. We studied in previous class about organic manures, fertilizers, all this. So, the Bujo and Paheli observed, one day they observed in their school that the gardener making organic manure. Along with their friends, they collected waste of plants, vegetables, and fruits from nearby houses and gardens. Why they collect all these things? Waste of plants, animals, vegetables. Because for what purpose?
To make organic manure.
Yeah, to make organic manure. We get organic manure from the natural resources like the cow dung, from animals, or what animal waste or plant waste. So they collect vegetables and the plants and the fruits from the nearby houses and the gardens and make the organic manure. They put them in a pit, mean for a waste disposal. They collect it and put it in a pit, that is mean for a waste disposal. And after some time, it decomposed and got converted to manure. How it get decomposed? It get decomposed by producing certain microorganisms in that. Clear? എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കുന്നത്? അത് കുറെ നാൾ ഡീകമ്പോസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ട് മൈക്രോ ഓർഗാനിസംസ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യും. അതിന് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള കഴിവുണ്ട്? ഫെർട്ടിലിറ്റി, സോയിൽ ഫെർട്ടിലിറ്റി കൂട്ടാനായിട്ടുള്ള കഴിവുണ്ട്, അല്ലേ? അപ്പൊ അങ്ങനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഓർഗാനിക് മാനുവർ പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ അവര് അത് വേസ്റ്റ് കളക്ട് ചെയ്ത് വേസ്റ്റ് ഡിസ്പോസൽ ബിന്നിൽ ഇട്ടു. Then after some time it is decomposed and converted to manure. Gojo and Paheli wanted to know how this had happened. Then they think about that, how this will be happening. Then activity 2.5, take 2 pots and fill each pot half with soil. Make them mark them A and B. Put plant waste in pot A and things like polythene bags, empty glass bottles, and broken plastic toys in pot B. Put the pot aside. Observe them after 3 to 4 weeks. This experiment you can do, try it. What you want to do, you want to take 2 pots and fill each pot with a half of soil and mark one pot as A and the other pot as B. Then put plant waste in pot A. In A, pot A is plant waste and things like polythene bags, empty glass bottles, broken plastic toys pot B ഇടുക. അതിനുശേഷം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പുറത്ത് ഒരു 3 to 4 weeks അത് വെക്കുക. എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കുക എന്ന് ഒബ്സർവ് ചെയ്യും. ഇത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചെയ്തു നോക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന വളരെ ഈസി ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു എക്സ്പെരിമെന്റ് ആണ്. Do you find any difference in the contents of the 2 pots? What is the difference? You will find that plant waste in pot A has been decomposed. What happened? You know, plastic cannot be decomposed, isn't it? Plastic decompose ചെയ്യോ? ഇല്ല. പക്ഷേ അതേസമയം plant waste ഒക്കെ ആണെങ്കിൽ എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കും? They should be decomposed. So in pot A we collect plant waste and in pot B we collect some plastic waste. So the pot A, the plant waste decomposed. Then how did this happen? They think that how did it will be happen? The plant waste has been converted into manure by the action of microbes. Isn't it? How it will be decomposed? By the action of certain microbes, the plant waste are decomposed. But If anything will happen in the plastic waste? No. The nutrients released in the process can be used by the plants again. So we can use this decomposed manure in the plants, and the nutrients from this will be essential for the growth of plants. Did you notice that in pot B, the polythene bags, empty glasses, bottles, and broken toy parts did not undergo any such change? Isn't it? We can imagine that. Then the microbes could not act on them and convert them into manure. So the plastic, the pot did not convert into a manure, while the pot A that contains plant waste converted into manure. You often see large amounts of dead organic matter in the form of decaying plants and sometimes dead animals on the ground. You find that they disappear after some time. This is because the microorganism decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals, converting them into simple substances. So what will happen if some large amount of this dead organic matter will be on the ground? It will be decomposed or decayed after several days due to the presence of or the action of microbes. And it go down into the soil and make the soil fertile. Then this is because the microorganism decompose the dead organic waste of plants and animals and converting into more substance. These substances are again used by other plants and animals. Then the microorganism can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substance and thereby clean up the environment. So it is also helpful to clean up the environment by decomposition, by the process of decomposition. Clear? So the plant waste and all other, the animal waste, all this decompose easily into small fragments, but in case of plastic, it is not possible. Did you understand what is the effect of microorganism in cleaning environment? Okay. So today, this is the topic that we discussed in today. On the next class, the remaining portion will be taken. So dears, I think you all understood this lesson, that is microorganism, the friend and the foe. Isn't it? Any doubt? No. Okay. Then who will read the topic vaccine for all of you? Anybody can read the topic vaccine. Okay, Anne Maria is ready to read. You can read the topic vaccine. All of you, please listen in your textbook and read with her.
When a disease carrying microbe enters our body, the body produces antibodies to fight the invader. The body also remembers how to fight the microbe if enters again. If dead or weakened microbes are introduced into a healthy body, the body fights and kills the invading bacteria by producing suitable antibodies. The antibodies remain in the body and we are protected from the disease-causing microbes forever. This is how a vaccine works. Several diseases, including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, and hepatitis, can be prevented by vaccination. In your childhood, you must have been given injections to protect yourself against several diseases. Can you prepare a list of these diseases? You may take help from your parents. It is essential to protect all the children against these diseases. Necessary vaccines are available in the nearby hospitals. You might have seen the advertisement on TV and newspapers regarding protection of children against polio under the Pulse polio program. Polio drops given to children are actually a vaccine. A worldwide campaign against smallpox has finally led to its eradication from most parts of the world. These days, vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms to protect humans and other animals from several diseases.
Okay. How will you clean our environment by the action of microorganisms? But please explain or read it in your textbook. How you clean our environment by the action of microorganisms. See there, what page can you read? See there, you just read. Or you just tell how the microorganism helpful in cleaning the environment.
മിസ് ക്ലിയർ ആയി
Faith, എന്താ പറഞ്ഞ കേട്ടില്ല.
ക്ലിയർ ആയില്ല.
എങ്ങനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ മൈക്രോ ഓർഗാനിസത്തിന്റെ എൻവയോൺമെന്റ് ക്ലീനിങ്ങിൽ മൈക്രോ ഓർഗാനിസത്തിന്റെ എഫക്ട് ഫംഗ്ഷനിങ് എങ്ങനെയാണ് എന്നുള്ളത് പറയാമോ?
യെസ് മിസ്.
Miss, by decomposition.
Yes, by decomposition. Okay, you can give explanation. Can you read that paragraph? The cleaning the environment, the last paragraph. You often see large amount of dead organic matter in the form of
Miss, I
decayed plants. Okay, the time is over. Faith, sorry, the time is over.
മിസ് ക്ലീനിങ് ദ എൻവയോൺമെന്റ് അല്ലേ?
Yes.
മൈക്രോബ്.
Our time is over. So, dears, Faith, നമ്മുടെ സമയം കഴിയാറായി. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ എല്ലാവരും ഇന്ന് പഠിപ്പിച്ച ഇത്രയും പോർഷൻ ഇരുന്ന് വായിക്കണം ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്ക്. ഓക്കെ, ഇതിന്റെ നോട്ട്സ് എഴുതാനുള്ളത് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സെൻഡ് ചെയ്ത് തരുമ്പോൾ നോട്ടിലേക്ക് എഴുതുകയും ചെയ്യും. അടുത്ത ക്ലാസ്സിന് മുമ്പായിട്ട് ഞാൻ നോട്ട്സ് ഒക്കെ സെൻഡ് ചെയ്ത് തരും. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ അത് നോട്ട്ബുക്കിലേക്ക് എഴുതിയിട്ട് റീസെൻഡ് ചെയ്യും. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇറ്റ്സ് ടൈം ടു ഡിസ്പോസ്. താങ്ക് യു ഓൾ. Okay, bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
താങ്ക് യു.